But let's definitely get into the WhatsApp groups. We
Yes.
actually just had on
Yeah.
someone, Natan, and I feel like people are constantly being taken advantage of beyond. I feel like there are a lot of essentially people are desperate to get married. They have no other way of meeting people, and they're sucked into paying $18 a month for a WhatsApp chat that's essentially useless. So I definitely want to hear your take on this.
There unfortunately is a lot of exploitation. And that happens in every area. Whenever there is a need for something or there is a sense of urgency, there's going to be exploitation. That's just the way it is. We were talking before the show began, how years ago I remember on 34th Street, as soon as I would get off the subway, there would be fortune tellers, and they knew their targets. They knew who to hit on, and they would walk over to someone who seemed down or seemed angry or not sure where they're going, and they would approach them and they would say, "Hi, you look very sad. Let me give you a free reading." And they would go up to their little studio, and they would either use tarot cards or they would read their palm or a crystal or whatever they use, and they would say, "Oh, I see there's a curse on you. Ooh, I see you have enemies. For $250, I could remove it for you." And people did, and people would shell out a lot of money. You know, this the same urgency exists today. If people are so scared they're never going to get married because they see and they have friends who are not married, that there's this sense of urgency, and people who don't care, who have no scruples, will exploit on that urgency. And so
Hmm.
it became in vogue to start charging to be on their WhatsApp group. WhatsApp is free. Last I checked, WhatsApp is free. Facebook is free unless you place an ad on, you want to advertise on Meta. Yeah, then there's a charge, but only to Meta. I don't even know how it's legal for people to charge to be on their WhatsApp group to see the same people that you're going to see on hundreds of other WhatsApp groups. It's the same singles. The ones that are on one group are on another group. You see them at singles events, and that's just the way it is. The world is small and the Orthodox world is smaller, and
Yep.
within specific hashkafic groups, even smaller. So whoever's on one WhatsApp group will be on another. So, I mean, if you do the math, just do the math, right? If it's $18 a month and there are, I don't know, 200, 300 people, you do the
It's a
math.
lot. It's money.
That's money.
Real,
It's money. Yeah.
that's real money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
also,
mean, it's really polished. It's wrong. It's just wrong. Look, I've
What?
I've I've been I've there were administrators of group who offered me a commission to bring them singles, and I said no. Singles are
There
not
goes.
for sale. And in fact, I've had, I run my own events. And when I run my own events, I also bring in Shatchanim because as I'm busy with the infrastructure, making sure the soda's out there, this is that, that's there. I also want to have facilitators. I like to bring in, a number of facilitators at my own events when I run them. So I've had people who were facilitating at my events who would take names and phone numbers and sell them to these people who charge $18 a month. Of course, I
Are
never
you
allowed
serious?
them back.
no.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how
It's freaking
dirty this
crazy.
business gets. Yeah, yeah. And I
I,
keep
I
the business.
I view this as the Wild West. There's no.
There's
There's
no
no.
control. There's no
There's
control
no.
over it. And because there's no
Right.
control, people can do whatever they want to do. And you're right. It's
Right.
the wild, wild west out there.
It is. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Also the fact that there's no guarantee on the WhatsApp groups, like you're not guaranteed anything. You're not guaranteed to be set up. You're not guaranteed to have matches per month. You're not guaranteed to talk to anybody. So the sole fact of like
Right,
panic, like you said, and like trying to get onto a platform of like, well, you're single, so the
right,
only way for us to set you up is this way. Like
right,
it's
right.
just like so crazy.
Right. Well, realistically, there's no way you can guarantee anyone's going to have a date. I mean, there's no way. I mean, just to play devil's advocate, there's no way to guarantee that. But to charge them for being on it, that's a whole that's just a
Right.
whole that's beyond the pale. That's just beyond the pale. It's a whole different level of ugliness.
It's exploitation. It's exactly what it is.
Exploitation with a
Yeah.
absolutely.